Okay pals, this video, it's all about ground cherries. Every season there's a vegetable in my yard that turns into my favorite because it just grew extra easy. Ground cherries are aptly named because you pick them up off the ground. They're little husks. Protect the fruit on the inside. Ooh. From being damaged when they fall, from being eaten by bugs. They're so sweet. And that's how you know they're ripe, is when they fall on the ground. So they're really easy for the beginner to grow. They grow as easily as a tomato. They definitely let you know when they're ripe. They are prolific growers. And they're my new favorite.
Ground cherries are nightshades, and they belong to the Physalis genus, which includes more familiar fruits and plants such as Cape gooseberries and tomatillos. You've probably seen those in your grocery stores. For comparison, this is a tomatillo. It is bigger and greener, and it doesn't fall to the ground like a ground cherry when it's ripe, but it does split its husk. Ground cherries are sweeter than tomatillos, and I use them like I use blueberries. Physalis plants are native to the Americas, with more than half of the genus being found in Mexico. Ground cherries are an excellent source of fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B3, phosphorus, and potassium. Growing ground cherries in your garden is as easy as growing tomatoes, and because they are in the same family as tomatoes, they have similar growing habits and needs. I start mine from seed, but some varieties such as Aunt Molly's and Goldie's have become popular and can be found at local nurseries. They tolerate poor soil pretty well too, though they love compost amended soil and a balanced fertilizer right before fruiting starts, just like a tomato. Plant them deep, give them some room, or train them vertically, water them regularly, and then sit back and let them do their thing. One plant will produce up to 300 ground cherries. I planted 3 plants in my garden this year, and I have so many ground cherries. The entire Physalis genus produces husked fruit. The papery husks protect the fruit inside when they fall to the ground, and in the case of ground cherries, those on the ground are ripe and ready for harvest. The plants themselves are prone to the same pests and diseases as tomatoes, so they're pretty easy to troubleshoot. Here in my garden, flea beetles particularly love them, though the plants grow at such a fast pace that they haven't been a problem yet. Not yet. Though the husks are a protective barrier, pests, especially ants, will make their way inside and devour the sweet berry. Leaving you with a completely empty, hole-ridden paper shell. So you'll want to check on your ground cherries every day or so. So, what do you do with ground cherries? Okay, I just pop them in my mouth. Like, they barely make them into the house. I shouldn't say that. There's so many that they definitely make it into the house. But the ones that the ants haven't devoured, I bring them in. And I use them in all kinds of things. They are sweet and tart. I throw them in a salad, raw or roasted. They're great for a jam or a chutney served alongside pork chops or a pork roast. They contain a lot of pectin, which make them excellent for preserves and pie fillings. They store well too, in the refrigerator for a couple weeks at least, and in the freezer for months.
He's just a wacko. It's like 90 some degrees out there.
So, pal, I hope you enjoyed meeting my new best friend, the Groundcherry, and I hope you'll give it a try in your garden. Leave a comment and let me know what you think of the Groundcherry and if you have any questions. And thanks for spending some time in the garden with me today.
Oh, wow. So good.